Yeah, back in the days, that was 4 years ago when I was living in Germany, you mean? Yeah. Uh, Actually, I've heard of it because palm oil is basically in almost every product, also in Germany. And the thing is about palm oil that overseas, yeah, it has a very bad image, actually. You only hear the bad aspects. You don't really get to know all the insights and stuff like that. So yes, I've heard about it.
Because in France actually is the big problem. The people don't know if it's really nice for the health, or and the government every time talk about the palm oil. They say some produce now they cannot use palm oil anymore. Some produce can again, but it's quite difficult for know what is nice, what is not nice, and actually the real problem is the French is separated between yes or no, the question of yes or no, if we can take or we cannot take.
No, I had not heard about palm oil before coming to Malaysia because most of the oil consumption in the US is usually olive oil for cooking.
Well, my opinion on palm oil, first of all, it's not. I'm not saying it's bad, but it's not as bad as I thought it was. Before visiting the palm oil plantation, actually, I did some research. I have to do a palm oil extended essay, which I will present in my school, and therefore I did a lot of research about it. And what you mostly find on the internet is, as I said, the bad image, the bad sides, and after visiting the palm oil plantation and saw how everything worked and what they're actually doing and that they're actually helping the environment, at least in this company and in Malaysia, it really helped me understand how the whole process worked and that it's not as bad as it sounds.
I think palm oil is positive on one side and negative on the other side. I mean, it's good that they're not burning, for example, the palm oil trees, and that they're trying to also preserve nature in a way and using nature's given, like for example the owls as predators. And I think it's also good that they're using that they're also investing in things like the Orang Utan Island, because they're trying also to help extinct animals. So it has a really good side to it. I mean, of course there are negative factors, but they will be weighed upon with the positive factors. So I think it equals out.
After visiting the oil palm plantation, my opinion of oil palm is that it's very healthy from the information that's been provided to me, and it has, in its cultivation, has multiple economic uses for Malaysia and on a global scale as well.
I don't really know that much about palm oil, and if it is equal to, for example, olive oil, I think it isn't really bad for your health. It's being used as a cooking oil, and if you don't really use that much oil, you also won't get fat from it, so I think it's okay.
Actually, in France, many times they say all the produce they use palm oil, you can become fat or have many cardiovascular problems. And also sometimes they talk about the more fatty produce they use palm oil. So it means palm oil is not good for health. But I think sometimes that maybe in France they say palm oil is not very nice because we use the most important oil we use is olive oil. So maybe they don't want the concurrence between palm oil and olive oil. They want the French people use only the olive oil and not the import oil, and in this now palm oil.
Not really. We are using more olive oil, and to fry food we usually use sunflower oil. Palm oil is widely used in Malaysia, and for me was a new discovery because in Italy they don't see palm oil in a good way, but there are some effects that are unknown for us. And thanks to this trip, I could learn something new, following step by step the process of the palm oil from the plants to the factory and until the final product. And maybe I just reconsidering my opinion about palm oil that in Italy is not so good.
Well, actually we don't really use palm oil in my country, in France. I heard that it was maybe some aspect was not so healthy, but I didn't hear so much actually. So to come here, I learned how to manage this approach about palm oil. I will ask them to reconsider, like as the Italian girls say, reconsider their view about palm oil, and that here you use palm oil always, so why we couldn't do the same? So, I mean, I learned it's a big industry, and we can use it actually same here, so why not? Like everything fried, to fry the elements, like, yeah, better use palm oil than sunflower maybe. I don't know enough about the science about palm oil, but I think we can use it more than what we use already. I think now it will be more difficult for us to buy palm oil. Like it's like to discourage the people to involve in this production, but I think the government is not so open to buy palm oil. I don't know why exactly, but yeah, it can be more difficult for us to buy palm oil. Before this, there isn't any tax, I think, but the people still didn't use palm oil, so maybe now it will more discourage everybody to buy palm oil. So it's a bit sad, maybe, for your production. But yeah, I'm surprised actually that 300% tax is like a lot, really very expensive.